Welcome to CNTV. I'm Brad Claunch.
And I'm Quin Tran.
Dr. Amanda Cobb-Greetham is an award-winning scholar and professor of Native American Studies at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
The Chickasaw woman has written several books, but the latest is a first for her, a children's book.
She connects with us from North Carolina to tell us about that book titled Little Big Girl.
Little Big Girl is based on one of our own dogs, Lila Lee. And we got her a few years ago, and she is a rescue dog. And we've had rescue dogs for the last 20 years, a series of them over time. And, they're just really special dogs. And now let me be clear, all dogs are special and all dogs deserve a good home and love. But there is something about, and particularly like Lila's story, she was part of a really sad situation where a group of dogs was being really badly mistreated and they did not have enough food and they were starving. And this came to a rescue's attention and they got those dogs out of there and we adopted one. And when we first got her, she's a Great Pyrenees. She was just skin and bones and she had been eating rocks and sticks as her diet. And she was not, very healthy. And they told us, well, we don't know if she's going to grow very much or not because she's been so malnourished. But may I say now that she's 105 pounds of fluff and sweetness and light and health. So that's wonderful. But the thing about her was you could tell that she had been sad, but she had still this spirit of joy about her. And that is part of the inspiration for the story of Little Big Girl, which is it's not exactly Lila's story, but it's based on the general idea of here is a little puppy who lost her family. And so some people are like, oh my word, this is a horribly sad book. Well, we all have, kids have hard things in life. Kids have to deal with very difficult situations. And the point of the book, however, is that you can move, there's another side. So the book is about belonging and it's about hope and it's about feeling sad, but then coming into a different situation. And so that is what happens to Little Big Girl. She's lost her family. She's in a shelter. Part of the story and the humor of the story is that she knows that she's a little puppy, but she's very, very big. And so many families think she's too big to adopt. So she tries to show the families just how small she is, by saying things like, hey, look, I only ate half your sandwich, things like that. So she thinks she's doing something helpful, but she's really doing something that's funny. But don't worry, the book has a happy ending, and I tell people that just right up front.
Thank you for bringing attention to this about animals and pets that need to be adopted. Your book uses illustrations. They're fun and beautiful illustrations to help tell a hard story for little ones. How do you think little ones will receive this book because of those beautiful illustrations?
The colors are bright and beautiful. I worked with Danielle Fixico, who was a former student of mine, actually, at the University of Oklahoma, and she's a wonderful artist and illustrator. And we talked about what the book should be like and feel like. And Little Big Girl is a bright spirit. And so we wanted the colors to convey a sense of brightness and lightness and happiness, because she ultimately, Little Big Girl, knows the world is a place where she belongs. She just has to find her family. And so it's filled with flowers and butterflies and all kinds of little animals, turtles and frogs and birds. And you can see that those are all very much part of Little Big Girl's world. So she takes great joy in her environment. I have many, many favorite images from the book, but there's one in particular, sums up the whole thing. I just want to make sure that people see this. Here she is on her way home. And you'll see that she's surrounded by her birds and butterflies and that big happy smile. And the Chickasaw Press actually made that into a sticker that you can purchase as well. This is just something I have always wanted to write children's books. I have a heart for children and how they're feeling. And the idea here is that Little Big Girl feels like lots of kids. You experience hard things, and maybe you don't see, maybe someone tells you you don't fit, but you find your place and you find your people. And the book includes discussion questions, in fact, to help people talk with kids about these very feelings. But it maintains that sense of hope and optimism. And for me, all that is very much connected, while not explicit in this book, is all very much connected to Chickasaw culture and a sense of broader belonging.
We need to mention that this book is the first one through the Chickasaw Nation's Leaning Pole Press, an imprint of the Chickasaw Press. Leaning Pole Press is an outlet for Chickasaw authors to create works that are beyond Chickasaw history and culture. That's really exciting.
It is exciting. And that's, we talked a lot, the press and I talked a lot about this book and how it fit in with the Chickasaw Press or White Dog Press, another Chickasaw Press imprint. And we really felt that it was right for the newest imprint, Leaning Pole Press, which is that it's inherently Chickasaw. It was written by me. It was illustrated by Danielle Fixico, who is Chickasaw and Creek. And it has, if you look, you will find various Chickasaw elements throughout it, but it is not explicitly about Chickasaw history or culture. It just is.
What are your words of encouragement for others who want to explore creative writing in children's books?
Well, I think that's an excellent question because, I think a lot of people actually have a book or two inside them, right? And so my encouragement is, even if you haven't done it before, you just have to try and just start. We all know how to tell stories. So just tell a story.
She says she's working on a sequel to the book. We're looking forward to that. In an upcoming episode of CNTV, we'll meet the illustrator of the book, a Chickasaw artist. This was also her first children's book.
The children's book, Little Big Girl, is available at chickasawpress.com. Enroll by March 21st to secure your spot for the virtual parent and community education class. The course teaches ways to nurture and create positive family environments. The online course will run for 8 weeks on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, starting April 1st. Another 8-week program, held in person on Wednesday afternoons, will start on April 16th. The deadline to sign up for that program is April 11th. Call the number on your screen or visit chickasaw.net/parenting for enrollment details and more information. The Chickasaw Nation hosts a monthly program called Ithana, the Learn and Lunch series. It's held at noon on the last Tuesday of the month. An interesting topic is featured each month. Visit the Cultural Center's website for the latest information on the topic and speaker. The presentations are free and open to the public. There is an optional lunch available to purchase.
Also at the Chickasaw Cultural Center, the Three Sisters celebration gets underway March 18th. It's a popular family event held during spring break. Visitors learn about the planting method that uses 3 crops known as the Three Sisters: corn, beans, and squash. Enjoy all of the activities during the Three Sisters celebration, March 18th through the 22nd.
Quinn and I have enjoyed bringing you this episode of CNTV.
We'll see you back here soon.